He said it, and it has gone ahead to happen. I told you that the race for the top 4 is still on. The moment Spurs went ahead to beat Aston Villa last weekend, and none of those saw themselves really sharing those points, because if Aston Villa went ahead to beat Spurs, they would have gone ahead to go 11 points ahead of Man United, and that would have been like the last nail in the coffin. And as we speak right now, Aston Villa is set to play tomorrow. Spurs have gone ahead to be beaten by Fulham 3-0, and that means they've gone ahead to obviously level up with Man United in the number of games played, 28-28, and they are just 6 points ahead of the club of Man United. Welcome to United Matters channel. Hope everything is unfolding as I told you, as injuries really coming through to obviously come to a shrinking at the club of Man United. A lot is coming our way, and I know you guys are really gonna be surprised, but I sit down, think about certain things, mediate, and really think how we are gonna really complete into the top 4. And I'm here to let you know that Manchester United chances for the top 4 are on a high. So let's see close to 300 likes smashed on this video. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Good news coming in from Scotland. Scott Mctominay has been named the Scottish Player of the Year, and I'm gonna tell you why. And then Amass, Harry Amass, the 16-year-old left back, has gone ahead to sign his first professional contract at the club of Man United. And we are told United is looking in for left back in the summer, but signing him shows that maybe we might not even go in for any. So let's see how things will pan out, but it's really one of those moments that you have to come out and really celebrate, you know, here onto the United Matters channel. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Ramadan Mubarak, and I hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. It's a good day. The games have gone ahead to be played today. Coventry City has gone ahead to shock Wolverhampton Wanderers. The game has ended 3-2. Wolverhampton Wanderers have been knocked out of the quarterfinals, and Coventry City is into the semi-finals. So that's one of the teams that Man United is set to draw against into the semi-finals. And Man City have gone ahead to knock out a side called Man City has gone ahead to knock out a side called Newcastle, and they are into the semi-finals. Now, tomorrow, it's Man United versus Liverpool and Man City versus Leicester City. And we'll be knowing exactly who are those other teams that have gone ahead to coming through and really take us to where we deserve to be. So, that has been it. I think it's really necessary to come in through and really throw it in here for you. Now, let's continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And let's start it off with the game of Tottenham Hotspur. Now, Tottenham Hotspur came into this game of football when they're having 53 points. If they won today, they would have gone ahead to dislodge Aston Villa out of the 4th spot, because they would have gone ahead to get 1 point ahead of them. Remember, Aston Villa has 55 points and Spurs has 53. Now, they went ahead to play Fulham, a team placed 12th on the Premier League table, and it's the same team that went ahead to come into Old Trafford and beat us. And that's why at a point X we thought that maybe we are out of the permutations to see our team qualify for the 4th spot, because we know that the 5th spot is obviously going to fall to the side of England, because Arsenal and Man City have huge chances to play. One of those has a chance to play in the final of the Champions League, and even in the UEFA Europa League, you've gone ahead to see to it that Liverpool, West Ham have gone ahead to progress into that ilk. Even in the UEFA Conference League, there is one team called it's called Aston Villa that is doing some good rounds down there. So that is it coming in through from that side, and let's obviously continue. Now, Man United had 47 points, and if Spurs won, they would have gone ahead to go 9 points ahead of Man United, but they've gone ahead to lose, meaning that they're now 6 points behind Man United. Can I show you the table? Let me show you the table as we discuss this, because you really need to understand what exactly we are really talking about. So this Premier League table is really one of the huge breath relievers, and you really understand that something different is really set to happen for the club of Man United. And I told you that we are having experienced players that can really take us to the dreamland of completing into the 4th spot. Look, Man United is having 47 points. We are playing Brentford next, I think, on the 30th, And the beauty of Man United is we are playing, I think we're going to have to play Liverpool away. Man City is done. We are left with Arsenal, and they're coming at Old Trafford. We are left with Liverpool, they're coming at Old Trafford, and playing Chelsea away. I think those are the big teams. You're left with Newcastle. I don't count it as a big team because they're really having very many injuries, and I know they will be beaten by the club of Man United. Now, when you look at this side of Aston Villa, 55, they are just 8 points behind Man United. But I told you, Aston Villa has to play Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Even Spurs has to play Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. So, out of those games, now we have a chance. First and foremost, Spurs is 5th. If they lose just 2 games and we close in, then we'll obviously overtake them, because I know we are going to score those goals. We are going to score those goals as we are having players returning from injury. For Aston Villa, I know they are going to drop points. Let me show you the fixtures of these other teams and show you that they are really going to be dropping points. Let's start up with which team? Tottenham Hotspur. Its next fixtures, the next 10 fixtures, and how they're really going to fare into this. Now, when they return from the international break, they're going to be hosting Luton Town. They're going to be playing away at West Ham. That is another huge game for them to play, 2nd April. Then they're going to host Nottingham Forest. Or they even have to play away at Newcastle. So they have to host Man City. They have to play away at Arsenal, and they have to play away at Liverpool. Now, listen to these 4 fixtures. 13th April, Tottenham Hotspur is going to be hosted by Newcastle. Next weekend of 20th, they'll have to host Man City. After hosting Man City, they'll have to host Arsenal. After hosting Arsenal, they have to play away at Liverpool. Those are 4 consecutive games they have to play. Then they'll complete it up with Burnley, hosting Burnley, and they close up the season by being hosted by Sheffield United. Now, when you look at this quadruple of games coming in consecutively, Newcastle, Tottenham will have Newcastle, Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. What do you sense? I sense some points being dropped there for the side of Tottenham Hotspur. Now, let's go to Aston Villa. Let's go to Aston Villa and see how Aston Villa is really looking like in the mix, and which other fixtures are really coming in through for the side of Villa. Villa, they're having a very huge tie. That is tomorrow. And guess who they are really playing? They are playing against West Ham tomorrow, and West Ham is hosting them. West Ham is really in elite form. They went ahead to score. Were they 6? And even Aston Villa went ahead to really put 5 past Ajax. So that puts them in an ilk of obviously giving them a lot of things in there for you. But you would love to see to it that Aston Villa comes in through to really either drop points or get beaten. And I know the odds are on the side of West Ham to win. Then Aston Villa will host Wolverhampton Wanderers on the 30th. That is when return from the international break. Then Man City, after playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers, they will play away at Man City. After that, they will host Brentford. Then they'll have to play away at Arsenal, 13th April. Then on the 20th of April, they have to host Bournemouth. Then Aston Villa has to host Chelsea, 27th April. And they'll have to play Brighton away, 4th May. And they have to host Liverpool in the second last game of the season. And they'll have to play against Crystal Palace. So, I've gone ahead to show you those fixtures and how you know exactly how these teams are really standing. And you now know where all this is really leading us to, because it's not going to be an easy tie for those teams because they lack the experience, and injuries are like injuries. And for Aston Villa, they have to be playing on a Thursday. They play midweek, then they have to come in through and really play over the weekend. And we wait to see how that really happens and how they are being kept into the beautiful game of football. For Manchester United, after playing Liverpool, we go to the international break. We return to play away at Brentford. That will be on Saturday, 23 hours. Then next weekend we'll have to play. We'll have to play against. Will it be a weekend? Looks like Saturday. I think it's gonna be a Thursday game, playing against Chelsea. Then on Sunday we'll have to play against Liverpool in the Premier League. Then Bournemouth in there for you, away on the 14th. Then Newcastle. Then Burnley. Then Crystal Palace away. Arsenal at home. And we'll close up our season by playing away at Brighton. Now, why do I tell you that we really have a very good age to really complete the top 4 spot? Because we are having very many players returning. I told you, going to the game of Liverpool, we are having 5 players return. Tom Heaton, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, and Rasmus Højlund. You know, Malacia is on his way. You get Lisandro Martinez on his way back. Anton Martial the same. Meaning that by the time we return to play our game at Brentford, we are going to be having close to 3 or 4 more players return in the squad of Man United. And if Malacia can return, Martial, Rasmus Højlund, Lisandro Martinez, we can win all those games. I tell you, we can go on a run until the end of the season that can take us to 77 points, because right now we are having 47. And it's good that we are going to the international break. These players will rest and the rest will be history. So when you look at their fixtures, they're really having harder fixtures than Man United, and people are afraid of Chelsea. I know if we are having Lisandro Martinez, Rafael Varane in the central defense, Tyrell Malacia on the left back, Dal on the right back, Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho, Rashford, and Rasmus Højlund, with Anton Martial waiting on the bench, Anthony, Amad Diallo, Mason Mount, and so on and so forth, we will be having a squad that can really get 3 points away at Chelsea. We can go there and beat them, I tell you, because Ten Hag knows exactly what to do, especially if he has all his squad back. Look at how we went away and played away at Man City, you know, at Liverpool, you know, and we've been unlucky that most of the games we've gone ahead to play the big games this season, we've not managed to be having close to 85% of our squad, like starting 11, you know. And if that happens, of which is going to happen, we are going to really hit them badly. Now, let's go to Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay has gone ahead to obviously win something good for his nation, and Scott McTominay has won the Scotland Men's Player of the Year of 2023. It has been handed over to him by his fellow Scot legend, former Scottish international, who acts as a technical director at Man United, known as Darren Fletcher. And he went ahead to hand it to him, and he was really excited. And he went ahead to score very many goals in the Euros. He had 7 goals for Scotland, and no one really came close to him. And it shows you how good he is when it comes, obviously, coming through and making those late runs into the 18 box of the 18 box area of the opponent. But if I'm Man United, I can really go out and really sell this player. That is it. I think this is the best time United can get like 40 million euros from this player, you know. I think he's 26 years of age, and I think we can get the best out of him. Now, on the 16th of March 2024, Amass, you know, he's really an English professional footballer playing as a left back for the United team, has gone ahead to really make 17 years of age. And guess what? He has gone ahead to sign his professional contract at Man United. And this is what Fabrizio Romano had to tell us, that Harry Amass has signed his first professional contract at Man United. Amass joined from Watford last summer. So, United has embarked onto a system that gives them the best they deserve as a side. And we've gone ahead to put in lots and lots of performances that have gone ahead to keep us in the know of what you're supposed to do. Now, this young lad has really shown great potential, and Ten Hag has gone ahead to obviously send him into the starting 11, into the first team training sessions for the club of Man United. If you know Erik Ten Hag to send you to the first team training sessions, you have to prove it. And to get into the starting 11 of Man United or make the match squad, you have to deserve it. And that is Amass for you, Harry. Put putting in that performance and signing a contract for the club of Man United. His happiness is really up, and his main aim is to keep himself available and really push into the starting 11 for the club of Man United. He's a modern centre back, so he's a modern left back. He is a press resistant player. His skill set is really unmatched, and United are really having a huge future. After that, he took to his Instagram and said, "Proud moment for me and my family to sign my first professional contract." That's what he said, that it was a proud moment for him and his family to sign his first professional contract at Man United, and we just can't wait to see how this guy is really gonna come up and really put in the shift that is really well desired at the club of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about United top 4 chances on a high after Spurs has gone ahead to lose to Fulham by 3-0. What do you make about Scott McTominay being named the Scottish Footballmen's Player of the Year, and Harry Amass signing a first professional contract at Man United? Hope you guys are really having fun. And this is Rokan David. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Ciao, ciao.